Well, the Republicans running for the Senate seat in the state of Alabama that is currently held by Democrat Doug Jones because he defeated Roy Moore, they're trying to out-crazy one another right now. And right now, the leader of the crazy pack is a man by the name of John Merrill. He is a Republican candidate in this primary that they've got going for this Senate seat. Also, Roy Moore has thrown his hat back in the ring, but John Merrill thinks he can out-crazy Roy Moore. And in a recent interview with AL.com, John Merrill explained why he just simply can't watch TV anymore. He said, "There's no more TV shows like Gunsmoke or Bonanza or The Virginian or I Love Lucy or Andy Griffin. People are too interested in homosexual activities. They're too interested in the wife swap TV shows and the shows that are not morally uplifting. That's the problem." So John Merrill, every time he turns on the damn TV, it's either on wife swap or homosexual activities. And it really makes me wonder what kind of channels you're watching, buddy. Because let's be perfectly honest here. Representation of people who are not straight white people on television is severely lacking. You really have to go out of your way to find homosexual activities on TV, unless, of course, he is referring strictly to that Truvada for PrEP commercial. And in that case, you need to calm the hell down, buddy. It's a commercial for a drug that can help save people's lives, you idiot. But this is what we deal with in the state of Alabama. A state that unfortunately is just about 20 minutes away from where I am sitting. And as such, we have overlap in our TV networks and we get to see all of the campaign ads that run in Alabama. And I can tell you they are some of the worst that I have ever seen. These folks are absolutely nuts. And I have no problem saying that. John Merrill, with his little comment here about, I can't even watch TV because the darn gays are on there. That's crazy. You're a crazy person. A normal person doesn't say something like that. Let's just be honest and call you what you are. You're crazy. Or closeted. I don't know which one. Maybe a combination of both. But to get mad that TV is slightly starting to reflect more of what the actual American populace looks like, that angers you? If it does, then you're a bigot. So we can add that to the list of things that you likely are at this point, Mr. Merrill. And the worst part about all this, folks, is that Doug Jones, who is an extremely center moderate Democrat, is likely on his last leg in the Senate. The only reason he won that race, which we said at the time, is because he was up against Roy Moore, who had been accused of preying on underage girls for decades and even got himself banned from an Alabama mall. Well, Roy Moore thinks he can come back and win it again, but not fighting against crazies like John Merrill. No. John Merrill, that message, as stupid as we think it is, as stupid as most Americans think it is, that plays very well in the state of Alabama. And to be honest, it would probably do all progressive pundits in this country a little bit of good to go and spend a few weeks down in that state. Hell, spend a week or two in my area here. Get that different perspective. Because every time I walk outside this building right here, hell, when I walk out in the hallway, I'm surrounded by these same right-wingers that we sit here and, mock every day or call out every day. I'm not doing this from a liberal area. I'm not doing this from a blue place on the map. This is actually one of the reddest counties in the state of Florida. And again, we're a stone's throw away from Alabama and Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia. Yeah, this is the deep South, the deep red South. So we understand what we're talking about when we say, you know what, unfortunately, this crap plays very well here. Because a lot of the folks here are still just a little too backwards. Hopefully that'll change. But as for right now, Merrill's ridiculous statement that homosexuals are ruining TV probably is going to give him a few extra points in Alabama Senate polling. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.